Okay, one more. Then you can cheer. Then we'll get out reading logs. I don't want you to finish Copperfield. Sedulously. Okay. Boy, I'm gonna have to learn how to spell. What's that? Okay, sedulously is just another word for diligently or painstakingly, you know. He sedulously did his work, working out every little detail, even though he knew it was going to be a race tomorrow. Opposite of sloppy, okay? Okay, once you got that, dig out your reading logs. And let's hit David Copperfield. Is there something where Betsy says that?
I'll scoot train.
And is he articled after that month? I don't remember the top.
Here I am, sitting behind Train Cat. I don't know what to do. I need Spectral.
I know once she pays that money, they're committed. Because you remember this that big back fight about trying to get the money back, and Jorkins will not be moved and all that stuff.
Get down.
We always in this house propose a month, and an initiatory month. I should be having myself propose 2 months, 3, and indefinite period of that, but I have a partner, Mr. Torres.
Okay, then probably what the situation is you can get a refund that first month, but after that you're committed. That's probably what's implied.
Why does that make people go?
One conversation, please. Yes?
Why does she go on Betsy?
You find out later that her accounts have been mishandled, and Whitfield is handling her account, but who's handling Whitfield?
You too. Milli Vanilli too.
Uriah.
Yeah, Uriah.
Bam! In reverse.
Well, Uriah is handling Whitfield. Whitfield is the lawyer. They don't really have so much investment portfolio.
You're not cool
enough.
enough.
At this point. But Whitfield is not only Aunt Betsy's lawyer, he's her investment manager. So he invests, he manages her investments. She's got money on investment. Uriah, you know, just Agnes has already said something about how she waits till he's drunk and then has him sign things that he should not to sign. And that sort of thing. So you know, all he's got to do is mismanage Betsy's investments, and he can break it. You know, it's tricky and stuff. Who?
David.
He's probably closer to your age at this point. He's a young man. He's just coming out of school. He's probably close to your age at this point. I think that's a flaw in the
I am
novel.
cool.
Dickens in his own mind
I am spectral and feel
just kept
cool.
throwing in different things. And so in his mind, in one scene, Davy will be slightly older than another. I think it's just a flaw in the book. Well, it's common to get married at that early age. I mean, well, early by our standards, and not even all of our standards.
Did you get that from Spectral?
Seriously, in
Damn,
primitive
how can I
human
find it?
cultures, people get married not that long after puberty.
It's so hard to
Just why
find.
wait?
I need Spectral right now.
It's only harder to bear children the older you get.
I need the
The
physics
best
answers.
childbearing years are probably between, you know, when you first
What
become
am I
a
gonna do?
woman
What am I gonna do?
Say 25.
Here
You're in
I
right now.
am, sitting behind
Best
Train
in
Cat.
terms of your
in
healthiest,
trouble
your
for
strongest,
physics.
you have the best chance
I
of
need Spectral
carrying
right
a
now.
baby.
But I don't know how I can find him.
So in a
He's
primitive
so
culture where there's
mysterious.
no education for
I need
women,
his
why
help.
wait?
I need the answers to
And you
physics.
notice still in Mexico
Spectral is the
now,
only one I
rural
can get
Mexico,
him.
how long- when are
Where is he?
women married? About what age?
Where is Spectral?
Because why wait?
How can I find Spectral?
Why is there any reason to
I'm
wait?
dead
Now,
meat
when
if I
you
don't
get
find
into an
Spectral.
educated technological culture,
I need
where there are
physics.
more options for people,
Oh, without him, I cannot pass this course.
getting married at 16 and having your babies is a real restriction.
I'm
on
in
people.
big trouble.
In fact, for some of
I
you,
must
maybe
relax.
people you know, or even
Keep
your
cool,
families or
calm.
whatever. You know, maybe there's this conflict because cultural traditions don't die overnight.
And must not reveal
And,
his secret.
You know, maybe
He's weird.
someone, I
He's
don't know,
different.
I want to finish high school, you probably know something like this, you know, I want to get married and have a baby, but you're only a sophomore. Well, you know. Have you heard somebody like that? I think some of you have. Okay, so, you know, Doris Spenlow is roughly marriageable age whenever Papa says she is. Okay. And in these days, a woman who gets 25 or 30 without being married is an old maid, like Miss Murdstone. Probably was maybe 2021. Remember?
She got married?
Max. Yeah, when we first hear in the opening of the book, her husband has died. She's barely, she might even still be a teenager. Okay? Shortly after that, Murdstone comes after her. Now I know Dickens doesn't say about Murdstone. What conversation? But how old do you think Murdstone is? He's not 25, is he? I tend to picture him about being 35 to 40. And he goes after Clara Copperfield.
I'm too in love with my
19 to
physics.
20. You see what I mean? And that was not. Okay, so it's not unusual. Adora's not going to go to college, and no one's going to educate. They did educate women. They educated them to read well enough so that they could read pretty much anything. In fact, women bought most novels. Dickens' readership was largely female, and still women today buy most novels.
What's the man usually like working on?
Pardon?
When the man usually at work?
Yeah, it was one of the pastimes, because a woman was supposed to stay at home. If she was a high-class woman, the servants would take care of the kids. If she was low-class, she had
This
to.
physics is really
But
hard.
if she's high-class,
I
she's
cannot
supposed to
think right
have...
now. My mind is on my girlfriend.
Yeah,
I
in
wonder
terms
what
of her own
she is.
education, she should have a musical
I'm very worried
education.
for
She
her.
should be able to sit down on the piano.
How can I have time to do physics?
Maybe have
when
some
La's in
education.
class
She
in
should
trouble
be able
right
to
now?
manage the servants.
Maybe
And that's
Spectral
all
can
she
help
needs to
her.
know, be able to read basically enough,
Maybe
well
Spectral
enough
can help
to,
my girlfriend.
Maybe read a novel now and then in the Bible.
What can I do?
And in Victorian times, that's what was expected.
I have no
of a
time
woman.
for
Now,
physics
more
right
than
now.
that was a little, you know,
I
why
need
does the woman need
Spectral.
it?
Spectral
She's
can
not
help
going in
me.
the world of work. We don't expect her to be a professor.
He can
You don't
help
even
my
get
problem.
women
He can
allowed
help my
in
girlfriend.
universities until the end part of the century.
This is
Beginning
impossible.
of this century. Now these gals are going to college 100 years ago. Forget it. You were expected to be a homemaker, a mother. Those were your options, period. Or you could be a governess, or you could be a teacher. Or you could go on to the world's oldest profession, which was not considered honorable, and not a good way to live.
I'm very sad.
You would go to a special
My
teacher's
girlfriend's in
college.
trouble and she needs
And if you look
help.
at some
I have no time to
universities
think
that you're
about
headed
physics
for
right
next
now.
fall, if you look at some of the
Maybe
older
I can
ones,
ask Spectral to help
They
me.
came out
Maybe I
there
can ask
around
Spectral
the
to help
late
her.
18th century. Some of them will.
What am I to
will name
do?
before they change
I sit here
it.
behind Train Cat, do my own physics, but I'm in trouble. Wall needs me. I need
Okay.
my
So,
Wall.
Dora, you know, Dora's
I
got
have
to
to
pick
call
up somebody.
Spectral.
And she's playing the game that
He
women
can
have always had to
help.
play. Is
He's the only one who can help. But I can't find him right now.
Well, now the woman has more options. She doesn't have to attract a man to make
Who
her
can I turn
in
to?
those days, that was it.
Spectral. MTFRE.
If you didn't, Jane Murdstone never has a chance, does she? Yeah.
Why didn't she?
Because Agnes has a disciplined heart, and she will not force herself upon you. And what David has to do is he discipline his own heart. Dora doesn't have a discipline anything. You notice that?
You like Spectral?
I mean, the minute David wants to talk to her
I
about
like
a serious
Spectral.
matter, she thinks he's being grumpy. And
He's a nice
she gets
guy.
all, don't talk to me like that, you make me upset."
Spectral's like, what the hell was that?
You know, and she's supposed to manage his home. You're going to see how that works. Yeah.
Why did Agnes go to David about?
Spectral is not my gal.
How do you say Uriah?
Uriah.
Spectral is better than gal.
Well, it doesn't really say in the book, but I think you can pretty much imply that she tells him at the end of the session, besides just informing him,
Cool.
she tells him that you've got to treat Uriah nice because my father's on his grip.
This is very hard,
And
very
if you take him
complicated.
off,
I cannot do it without Spectral's help.
so treat him nice.
I need him right
No,
now.
he's
I have to go
detestable
find
creature.
him.
Okay.
But where can I find him? Maybe I can find him
This
out.
gentleman first.
Where's Dave's aunt get all this money?
Up to him?
Okay,
What's up, Gary? Has Spectrum helped you?
I don't remember if it says or not, but it definitely implies that she inherited.
You
she had
need
a
his
well-off
help.
father.
I'll give you
And
some.
there were, that was the, for a person in England at the time, and it's not that much different today, that was the ideal, was to have enough money and investments squirreled away that you don't have to work. We talk about being rich, right? You don't have to work.
You can call him anytime you want.
And the way they would talk about it in those days is that she has some
Very
private
important.
means.
He can help you.
In other words,
Okay?
she got enough money, she doesn't have to work. Okay, now when
You
Uriah
can do
breaks her,
physics.
then she doesn't have the money. Well, she's got left. She's got to, she's paid for that room in London for David, so she moves in there. And
Just read
she
it.
lets, in order to keep the cottage, she lets it, which is a lease or long-term rent. So that way the cottage is paid for itself. But all of her investments are gone. She doesn't have that private means any longer.
I need that. Give me that. I need it. It's not my phone.
Well, that's one of the big questions in the book.
It's a
Mr.
camera.
Wickfield is always priding himself in the first meeting, remember, on seeing through people's motives. But does he see through Uriah's motives? Not at all. He totally buys into his doesn't it? Can you join us, Cap? Please? Thanks. So that's an irony, and I think that says something about Wickfield, that he's so proud of his ability to see through people's motives, and when push comes to shove, what about his ability? Totally betrays him. His other weakness is that he's alcoholic. So he can be manipulated when he's drunk. So that's why Uriah plays him like a fiddle. Okay, other questions, other concerns?
Hold the door.
He almost never gives an age in the book for anybody, but I would say if she... You're right, younger. She's just a kid. David, probably not a whole lot older himself. Probably cracking fun.
And my church is right now, and Betsy is there with my cops, and he was dressed up. Is she like drunk or something? It seems a bit different.
I think Dickens is trying to put across that she's emotionally upset, affected by it. And she's transitioning. Remember in the beginning of the book, she's as hard as stone, and she even says something about it in there. I think it's where she's talking about how